Hi, everybody, and welcome into my stream. And tonight we'll be discussing about Chelsea. Obviously, underneath my subtitle, I've put down how Chelsea is becoming unstoppable this season. Put your thoughts down. Who's been the best signing for Chelsea this season in the summer? Personally, the best signing for me for Chelsea in the summer was Thiago Silva. For me, Thiago Silva, because he's come in Thiago Silva, and he's brilliant defender, and he's stable Chelsea's defence very, very well. And Chelsea look like they've got the perfect team to go on and win either the Champions League or the Premier League or the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. So to me, Thiago Silva was the best signing for Chelsea in the summer. Experience is he's just all round brilliant defender. And what's your thoughts? Who do you think Chelsea's best signing was in the summer? Also, I think Timo Werner, that was another good sign Chelsea made. Werner has adapted very well in the Chelsea squad. He scored a few goals this season, and I think it'll be very, 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 very very, very good for Chelsea this season and beyond. And I think Chelsea have got a very good striker in their hands. Havertz, obviously midfielder from Bayer Leverkusen. Havertz, a very good midfielder, attacking midfielder. He's good on the ball and off the ball. He makes things happen. And Ziyech, to me, Ziyech is the perfect playmaker to have in your team. He whips those balls into the box with pace and accuracy. And the strikers are going to love him this season if they can keep his fitness, which is very important. Now, Ben Chilwell from Leicester City. I thought it was a bit of a surprising move, actually, for Ben Chilwell, but he's coming really well, Ben Chilwell. And I think when Chelsea played West Ham back in, a few weeks ago, Ben Chilwell was very, very good. Very, very good player, Ben Chilwell was in that game. Getting down they're getting down the right hand side, whipping balls in. Obviously, he scored a couple of goals as well. So yes, Ben Chilwell to me is a solid defender, and I think again they brought another good defender in Chelsea, which they had to because the back end last season, Frank Lampard was struggling with his defenders. I mean, he was swapping and changing his defenders. He didn't have a stability at Chelsea's back four, but I think this season he has. He's got Thiago Silva, Ben Chilwell. He's got Zuma. So yes, very, very stable Chelsea defence now. And do you know why that is? Because Thiago Silva has made Chelsea's defence very, very stable at the back. And so to me, the best summer signing for Chelsea this season was Thiago Silva. I don't know whether you all agree or not, but personally, I think Thiago Silva was the perfect signing for Chelsea this season. And I think Chelsea this season and beyond will be unstoppable if they keep all these players fit and well. I think these players like who Chelsea bought the summer. Wow, Chelsea are going to be some force in the coming years because having Werner, Ziyech, Havertz, Thiago Silva, Ben Chilwell. Wow, what a team! I think Chelsea in the upcoming years are going to be the favourites coming into next season and the years after. They're going to be favourites to win the Premier League, and they're going to start being title contenders again. Obviously, which haven't been for the previous years, but I think Chelsea will be very unstoppable this season. They've got a perfect defence, a perfect midfield, and a perfect strikers. I mean, they've got Abraham, Werner. A very good team, and I think Chelsea will be difficult to beat this season. And also I forgot about this. Obviously, Edouard Mendy, the Chelsea goalkeeper, what a signing he's been. So many clean sheets in so many few games. So stand out to me as well was that Chelsea's new signing, Edouard Mendy in goal for Chelsea. Obviously, Chelsea again needed to improve the goalkeeper situation, and Frank Lampard brought in a very good goalkeeper, and Edouard Mendy is rise to the challenge, and he's come in, look comfortable in net. Obviously kept a lot of clean sheets, made a lot of saves, and he's a very good keeper. And I'm sorry, but if you're Kepa Arrizabalaga fan, I don't think he would play for Chelsea for much longer. I don't think he'll be even having many games now. So he might probably leave in the January transfer window. So for me, what's your views on it? I mean, I think Chelsea will become unstoppable this season and the years after that. I think they've got the perfect team to go on and win the Champions League and the Premier League. And actually, I think they've got a better team than Manchester City have. Personally, I feel like there's so much quality in that Chelsea side that Chelsea can beat any team in the world that they're playing against. I mean, I think Chelsea have got a better team than Man City have by miles. I think that's personally me. I mean, Chelsea got the perfect side. I mean, perfect defense, perfect midfield, and they're going to score a lot of goals this season because, I mean, if they keep Ziyech fit for Chelsea, there's going to be a lot of goals scored coming from him. So yes, Chelsea got the perfect defense. They just need to make sure that they keep Thiago Silva fit for this season. So yeah, if Werner keeps scoring goals for Chelsea this season, then he's obviously Chelsea going to be very strong contenders to win the Premier League, maybe the Champions League. But if Werner keeps his goal tally going up, then why not? But what's your thoughts? Please put your thoughts down. Are you going to go? Do you agree with me and what I just said there about Thiago Silva being the best signing in the summer? Just put your thoughts down on the comments below. And obviously till 8:30, I'll be doing this, and then the other half I'll be doing Inter Milan have offered Christian Eriksen to Arsenal and Xhaka to Inter Milan on a swap deal. So that's going to be an interesting talk. But for now, we are talking about Chelsea, and to me, I think Chelsea now are going to be a hard team to beat this season. Very hard team to beat. I love Chelsea. I love watching them play. They've got the perfect balance. I mean, defensively and attackingly, they've got the perfect team to have if you want to go on and win Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. So yeah, what's your thoughts? Put your thoughts down on the comments. If you agree with what I've said or what your thoughts, just put them down. So yeah, I mean, I think Chelsea are going to be some team this season and the years to come. So yeah, very good, very positive, very Frank Lampard's obviously improved the team very, very well. You know, Frank Lampard's brought in players with so much quality, world class, and experience, and Frank Lampard's brought in very, very good players that Chelsea needed. Yes, Liam, I do agree with you. I did say it first. Thiago Silva was the best signing, but I do agree with Mendy. He's just stable the back four. I mean, Mendy is a brilliant goalkeeper. He's kept he's kept a lot of clean sheets. He's so comfortable in there. And if you're a Kepa fan, I'm sorry, but I think Kepa's finished at Chelsea. Unfortunately, I think he'll go in the January transfer window. But Liam, do you agree that Chelsea will be very unstoppable this season and next and the next? I think they will. I mean, they've got the perfect signings they made. I mean, perfect team to go on and really start pushing for the Premier League titles again. I mean, Frank Lampard's done very well to bring these players into Chelsea. I mean, other clubs were after the players that Frank Lampard wanted, but they went to Chelsea, and Frank Lampard did very well to bring them in. But yeah, so if you want, Liam, you can come on for the second part of the live if you want, but you can stay on and talk on here if you want. I don't mind. But yes, Mendy, I do agree. Mendy has been the perfect signing for Chelsea. I mean that he's very comfortable. He made some very good saves, and he just makes it look easy in net. And I think when you've got a goalkeeper with confidence, doesn't let many goals in, I think that's a very good sign that Chelsea have got the perfect side. The perfect side. So yes, I think they've got the perfect side, Chelsea. So yeah, remember. So as I say, half of this live is going to be Chelsea till 8:30, and then till 9:30, I'm going to be doing the Inter Milan. I've offered Christian Eriksen to Arsenal and Jacket to Inter Milan, a swap deal. So that's going to be interesting talk. So if you want to come on my live for that one and discuss about that, just comment down below on the comments bar. So yeah, but yes, I mean, I do like watching Chelsea this season. They look very, very good. Defensively, attackingly, they've got. I mean, Chelsea have got a world-class team, world-class bench, and I think I've really enjoyed watching Chelsea so far this season. Yeah, I was just talking about they've got to make sure they keep Thiago Silva fit because he's been brilliant in that defence for Chelsea. I mean, he's stable the back line. I think they will, as long as their best players stay fit. Yes, totally agree. Totally agree. And if they keep their best players fit, then Chelsea will have a brilliant season and they'll start winning medals. Yeah, and Havertz, yes. Obviously, as you said last night, Liam, you haven't really been impressed with them, but he needs time. It's very rare that a player comes in from a foreign country and comes to the Premier League and fit in really well and start performing really well. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, it's very rare, but Bruno Fernandes did that for Man U. He came in, Bruno Fernandes, in the first game for Man U. He played awesome, and he's played awesome since now, Bruno Fernandes. I mean, what a signing for Manchester United. But anyway, we're not talking about them. We're talking about Chelsea. So, yes, if they keep the players fit, um, if they keep the players fit, most importantly, keep their form, and yes, I think Chelsea will be a very unstoppable team to play against this season. They're very, very good. Very got a strong force up top and at the back. So very, very good Chelsea team. I really love watching them play. I love the players Frank Lampard brought in. What a window he is, Frank Lampard. I mean, spent over 100 million. Brilliant. I mean, getting Werner in was I think the standout for me was getting Werner from Leipzig. Yes, a very good signing. And to me, I thought Thiago Silva, I think Chelsea got a good signing there. Thiago Silva experience. He's a legend in the game. Yes, he's a world class, one of the best defenders in the world, world class defender. Makes it look easy, and he makes other players around him look good as well. So, yes, I've been impressed with Chelsea so far this season. And Frank Lampard's kept his defense really, really good, solid. Because they're having problems. Chelsea last season keeping clean sheets. I mean, they were one of the worst teams. Actually, Chelsea last year conceded most of the goals in the Premier League. So yeah, it wasn't very good. And Frank Lampard had to make a change. He had to do something to change it, and he did. He brought Thiago Silva in and Ben Chilwell, the perfect defenders. And Chelsea this season have looked brilliant defensively. And I don't think many teams will score many goals against Chelsea this season. Sorry, Liam, but I just can't see Newcastle getting past Chelsea's defence on Saturday if he plays Thiago Silva and Ben Chilwell. Yeah, so if anybody wants to join me for 8:30 discussing Christian Eriksen's rumours about going to Arsenal for a swap deal for Xhaka, then come on. I'll come on for that, but that's not until 8:30. So I'm on here for another good 45 minutes, maybe even longer. So yeah, I might stay on I might go off for, I might not stay until 8:30, or it depends how many people come on. But yeah, I've had my opinions on it. So what's your opinions about Chelsea? Who do you think is the best signing that Chelsea made this season? Do you think they're going to be unstoppable in the next coming 5 or 10 years? Do you think Frank Lampard is the perfect manager for Chelsea to go on and really start winning titles? Do you think Chelsea's defence is very, very good? Yes, I think so. Very much so. So yes, I like Chelsea. I like watching them, and so yeah, very, very good. Yeah, so yes, what's your thoughts on the Chelsea side? I mean, I love them. I think Frank Lampard's built a brilliant Chelsea side. And also Frank Lampard, to me, last season, what he did for his first season at Chelsea was unbelievable. Getting him in the Champions League in his first season was incredible achievement. And to bring in the next season to strengthen the squad like he did and bring in all these world class players is a brilliant, brilliant thing. So yes, Frank Lampard might not have won trophies yet, but the main thing is to get Chelsea in the Champions League. That's where Chelsea need to be, and that's what Frank Lampard's done. And I think that's an incredible achievement from him. And obviously, to bring in all these world class players is an even bigger achievement. So, congratulations to Frank Lampard, and I hope it goes well for him at Chelsea. It should do if he's got the players in front of him that he can turn out 11. I mean, he's got perfect 11 there that he can turn out a team. So, yeah. So, what's your thoughts on it? Um, so, yeah. Liam, any more comments, any more questions? Put them down so then I can answer them. So, yeah, just put them down over here. Yes, they do. Chelsea do look perfectly like defensive. No, Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea do look better defensively since they brought in Silva and Ben Chilwell. They've looked very, very good defensively. Very, very strong, compact at the back, and look very solid and comfortable. And thing is, though, Liam, Timo Werner's had a really good start to his Chelsea career. He's scored goals in the Champions League so far and in the Premier League. It's Havertz that I'd like to see more of. So I do agree with you, Liam. But Timo Werner has been good so far for Chelsea. I mean, he's scored goals this season, the Champions League and the Premier League. But Havertz, yes, I do agree. He needs to improve a bit more. But, you've got to give him time. I mean, he's a quality player. But actually, I think Mason Mount, you might not agree with me here, Liam, but I think Mason Mount has been better this season than Havertz. I think Mason Mount has had a brilliant, brilliant season so far. Mason Mount has. I mean, he's looked so good in midfield, so solid. Mason Mount, he's good on the ball. I think he's a leader, and I think Havertz needs to look up his shoulder and think, I'm going to have to compete with someone good here. If you might not agree with me, Liam, but that's what I think. So I think Mason Mount, I think, has been better. Better than Havertz this season, but you've got to give him time. I say it's very rare that a player comes in from like Bayern Leverkusen and come in the Premier League straight away and start performing well. It takes time, but I mean Bruno Fernandes didn't have to have time, but it's very rare that players don't need time. I had to settle in. I mean, see Havertz, Liam, he's played around different players than he was at Bayern Leverkusen. See, Havertz was the main man at Bayern Leverkusen. Everything came from him. But when he's come to Chelsea, Havertz got players around him that can make things happen as well, not just him, if you get what I mean. But yeah, I do agree with you, Liam. Definitely agree with you, mate. But yeah, so anyone put your comments down below. Any questions, anything you want to say about what do you think about Chelsea this season? Do you think they're going to be strong contenders to win the Premier League? I personally think that they are strong contenders to win the Premier League this season. I don't know whether you agree or not, but personally, I think there will be very strong contenders to win a trophy this season if they keep the players fit, if they keep the form going, and if Mendy stays strong in net, which I hope he does, because he's had a brilliant starter in goal for Chelsea. So yeah. So yeah, any questions, just put them down and I'll answer them for you. And thanks you for coming on as well, and welcome into the stream. So yeah. So any questions, any more questions, not just from Liam anymore? People want to ask, just pop them in. I'm just gonna do this quickly and then I can answer them. So yes, any questions? I mean, as I say, I think personally Chelsea have even got a better side when Antonio Conte was at Chelsea and he won the league for them. I think in the Mourinho, I think Chelsea personally have got a better team now than they did when they won the Premier League a couple of seasons ago with Mourinho and Antonio Conte. Personally, you might disagree with that, but personally, I think Chelsea got a better team now than they did when they won the Premier League a few years ago with Mourinho and Antonio Conte. You might disagree with me, which is fine, but please put any comments down below. Welcome into the stream, everyone. So yes, thank you for all coming on. And obviously, as you know, I'm going to be doing another one to do with Arsenal soon. I might come off this one around about 20 minutes time if no one else puts anything down or that's fair, mate. Yeah, it's fair with that. I mean, that's your opinion, which is good. I like to see your opinion. But personally, I think maybe not this season, Chelsea. I'm sure. I thought we already did. Make you a mod. There you go, mate. I made you a mod. Welcome to the stream, Adam. Yeah, but personally, I think Chelsea will start to they might not win the league this season, but in future years' time, if they keep this team and they keep them fit, I think personally, I think Chelsea will start to be title contenders. Maybe not this season, but future seasons ahead. I'm really good, mate. Yeah, I'm really good. Thank you. Thanks for everyone coming on. I'm obviously gonna. Thanks for. But Adam, what's your thought about the new Chelsea side? The new signings that Chelsea have made. I mean, they've made Thiago Silva, they brought in Thiago Silva, Timo Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, Ben Chilwell, Mendy. So what's your thoughts on that? Do you think Chelsea got the perfect team to win the league in future seasons? I mean, I thought they might win it this season, but Liam said no, so that's fair enough. But if Chelsea do keep their defence strong, I think Chelsea will have a good chance this season. I think Chelsea will finish third this season. I think they will, because I think Liverpool will stumble after international break because they've got a lot of injuries, Liverpool. So I think they might stumble and struggle. So I think Chelsea might start to put pressure on Liverpool and Leicester. Yeah, okay, mate, that's fair enough. Yeah, I completely agree with what you said. But do you think Chelsea will win it like maybe in future years, like next year, or do you think they'll be favourites to go in the season like the title contenders like next year or the year after? Maybe not this season, but I think Chelsea. Yeah, I think Chelsea will have a good season this year. I think that Chelsea will finish in the strong. I think Chelsea will finish strong this season. I think Chelsea will finish third, and I think the way Liverpool are going at the minute with all the injuries, I think Chelsea might finish above Liverpool. I think Chelsea will finish above Liverpool this season if Liverpool have still got major injuries. I think Liverpool might struggle coming back from the national break because of all the injuries, but you never know. But I think Chelsea will finish third this season. So yeah. Any more comments? Just put them down. Any more questions you want to put down? Anything you want? Anything? I might stay on this for another 20 minutes, and then because I think half 8's a bit too long, but I might finish about 20 minutes time, and then I might go on the Inter Milan one after this. So favorite Chelsea legend. Favorite Chelsea legend is got to be. This is actually a tough question. Thanks for your question, Adam. Appreciate that. Favorite Chelsea legend. Jesus. I've got one in mind. If you might disagree or you might agree. I've got to go with Didier Drogba. Didier Drogba. When he won the Champions League for Chelsea against Bayern, I love Drogba. I loved him. I loved when he was at Chelsea. What a player! That was the real Chelsea then. I love Drogba. So I love Drogba. And my favorite Chelsea, like my favorite. Yeah. I was actually going to say Terry. That was my second option. I had either go for Terry or Drogba, but Drogba had to do it for me. But yes, I think Terry was a very, very good defender. Very, very good defender for Chelsea all those years. Very consistent for England and for Chelsea. He's done well, obviously. He's gone to Aston Villa for an assistant manager. Torres, yes, I like Fernando Torres. I liked him when he was at Chelsea, Fernando Torres. He was very good. I like Torres. Yes, very good at Chelsea when he was there. And for Spain as well. Very good. I think Terry, obviously, John Terry now has gone to Aston Villa to assistant manager. So very good. John Terry's been very successful, not just in his playing career, but he's starting to managerial career. He's starting to do very well for Aston Villa. John Terry for me. Yes, that was my second option. Yes, John Terry is a legend. Very good player at the back. Very consistent. All those years for Chelsea, winning titles. Winning FA Cups, a legend. Yeah. Who's your favourite? Actually, I was actually had another player in mind for Chelsea. I was going to say Petr Cech. Petr Cech. Oh, I loved him. I love Petr Cech in goal for Chelsea. What a keeper he was. What a keeper. And he's actually gone back to Chelsea this season to being he's starting to train with Chelsea again. Yeah, do you remember Petr Cech? What a keeper. What a keeper. And actually, he's actually gone back to Chelsea this season for a backup keeper, like for a reserve if Chelsea need him. Like he's been training. Lampard, yes. Lampard, what a midfielder. I mean, he scored all those goals from midfield. What a player. What a player Frank Lampard was for Chelsea. He scored some banging goals. Frank Lampard did. He's scored the most goals from a midfielder. And it's a very good achievement, that is. I like Frank Lampard, a very good player. Yeah, legend also. And he's doing well for Chelsea, managing as well. So that's what I like to see. What about Bronislav Ivanovic? Did you like him? Ivanovic? I remember him. Very good player. Bronislav Ivanovic was. He's gone to West Brom now, but very good player Ivanovic was. All those years he was at Chelsea, very good player. Ivanovic was. Gianfranco Zola. Yes. I didn't actually see much of him really. I didn't really know how he did at Chelsea. I didn't really see much of him really to say if he was or not. But yes, I've seen parts of him play football, which he was good, but I don't know him really as a player. I don't really know him really well as a footballer. So I can't really comment on that, but yes, he probably was a good player. Yeah. I haven't really seen Zola, really. I haven't really seen him play football that much in his past days. I don't really know him as a footballer, but obviously he probably was a legend. Obviously he tried to manage Chelsea, but that didn't work out for him, unfortunately. I don't really know him. I don't really know him much as a player all those years ago. Because I only started with football when I was about 8 or something. I was really interested in football. So, who's that, mate? Who's Vialli? Who's that? I don't know who that is. Maybe you maybe you spelt it wrong. Maybe I know if it's spelt right, but I don't know even if it's spelt right. I don't know if I know him or not. I don't know. I don't know him. I've never heard of him, to be fair. I don't actually, to be fair, right? I'm being honest here. I don't actually know him. I've never heard of him. That might sound crazy, but I've never actually heard of him. I'm going to search him up now. V V V A L. Is it double L? Yes, double L I. Chelsea. I'm going to search him up now. I've never heard of him, but he was an Italian former footballer, manager, and player who played as a striker. Since retiring, he has gone into management, punditry, and worked previously as a commentator for Sky Sports. He is currently part of the Italy national football team. Non-playing staff is a delegation chief. Huh. I never knew that. I never knew that. I've learned something new, as they say. I've learned something new, bro, today. I've never heard of him, and I've learned something new. Oh, Eden Hazard, what a player he was for Chelsea. What a player. What a player Eden Hazard was. I mean, he was something. He was the Hazard that we miss right now. Hazard, personally, I don't know whether you agree or not, but Hazard should never gone to Real Madrid. It's wrecked his career. You don't even hear much about him now. He's just not the same player. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out for him at Real Madrid, but I think he should have stayed at Chelsea. He was in the perfect team. He was playing his best ever football in his career. And the same with the Sanchez. Me and Liam were discussing this yesterday, that Sanchez should never have left Arsenal. It wrecked his career when he went to Man U, and it's wrecked his career when he's gone to Inter Milan. And it's a shame. I think Sanchez and Hazard have made the wrong decisions in their careers. I think Hazard should have stayed at Chelsea, because I think if Hazard stayed at Chelsea, I think they would have made a statue for him. Because if Eden Hazard stayed at Chelsea, I think Chelsea would be title contenders every single season, and I think Hazard would get better and better every season. I think he would get better every season. So a shame about that, but he's still a good player. Except from Sanchez as well. If Sanchez stayed at Arsenal a bit longer to end his career, I think he would start to get better as a player. And I think Arsenal are missing that. They are missing a person in midfield who can create goals for Arsenal, because Arsenal not scoring enough goals. And I think if Sanchez was still here now, I think Arsenal would not struggle to score goals. That's me personally. I don't know whether you agree or not with my statement there. Ashley Cole, yes, a very good defender, very good player for Chelsea, and obviously went to LA Galaxy, a very good player there as well. Yes, a very good player. Really liked him, Ashley Cole. Very good player. So yeah. Yeah, so Ashley Cole, yes, I like. I'm gonna actually search Ashley Cole now. Ashley Cole. Don't really know. I do. I'm just gonna search him up and see Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole. Oh yeah, he used to play for Derby. When he left Chelsea, he went to Derby for a season. Huh. Wow. Derby have had some players, haven't they? Derby have had Ashley Cole from Chelsea, and now they've got Wayne Rooney from Manchester United. Brilliant signings that Derby have made in the past years. He was only there for a season though. But if you didn't know, Diego Costa was sick. Oh, when Chelsea had Diego Costa, that was the real Chelsea. Oh, I love Diego Costa. What a player. I mean, he still is, but what a striker. Falcao, yes, very good. Well, no, Falcao wasn't very good at Chelsea. It didn't work out for him at Chelsea, and it didn't work out for him at Manchester United. So no, I wasn't really keen on Falcao, but Diego Costa, when he was there at Chelsea, wow, Diego Costa was some player. Some player he was. That was the real Chelsea that we saw past years ago. I mean, when Chelsea had Fernando Torres, Diego Costa, Hazard, De Bruyne, oh my God, what a team. What a team that was. But now Ashley Cole actually serves in the coaching staff for the under-15 team for Derby. The under-15s for Derby. He manages. Yeah, I mean, Chelsea had De Bruyne, sick. Diego Costa, Fernando Torres. What a team Chelsea had. Sunderland actually beat that team that Chelsea had in the Carabao Cup. We actually beat them. So yeah, that's something that there you go. That's something for you. Sunderland beat Chelsea. Sunderland beat Chelsea, who had that team. Charlie Cook. Steve Cook, do you mean? Or Charlie Cook? Because Steve Cook plays for Bournemouth. Or was he next to Chelsea played Charlie Cook? Charlie Cook. Scottish footballer. Good, Adam, mate. You know more like old footballers than me. You know more legends than me. Scottish former footballer. He played as a winger for Aberdeen, Dundee, Chelsea, and Crystal Palace before ending his career in the United States. Wow, he played for a lot of teams, didn't he? Jesus. I've never heard of him before. But God, Adam, you know a lot of these legends, mate. But he played for a lot of teams. He probably was a good player, actually. Yeah, mate, that's good. That's good for you, mate. That's good. Yeah, but I would for me, I would like start. I would like to football since I was 8 when I really started like watching it, following it. I didn't ever really search all these players, so I don't really know many of the old players. But yes, that's good for you, mate. Good for you. So yes, I mean. I'd love to see Chelsea win the league. Not this season, but maybe years to come. Victor Moses, yes, I liked Victor Moses. Yes, a very good player. Isn't he on loan for? Where's Victor Moses at now? Josh, where's he gone? Victor Moses. Yes, I did like Victor Moses when he was at Chelsea. I liked him as well when he was playing in the Nigerian team as well. I liked him. Yes, a very good player. And where's he gone now, though, Victor Moses? I think he's on loan from Chelsea. Victor Moses. Oh, he's at Spartak Moscow now. Yeah, he's at Spartak Moscow on loan from Chelsea. A decent club he's gone to there. I wonder how he's doing. But yes, a very good player. I think he's doing quite well, actually, for Spartak Moscow. Yes, he's very good for Nigeria, and he was very good for Chelsea as well. Says very liked him, yeah. Welcome to the stream as well, Josh, as well. Thanks for coming in, mate. Thanks for asking me questions. So, yeah, Victor Moses, yes, a very good Chelsea player. Very good. He's on loan, though, so he might come back. He went to Inter Milan for a season as well, but it didn't work out for him, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Victor Moses went to Inter Milan for a season, but it didn't work out for him, unfortunately. Thanks, mate. Mate, again, I don't know him, but I'm going to search him up. I've never heard of him before. This is so ridiculous. I don't know any of these players you're giving me for like these old players. Bobby Tambling. Robert Victor Tambling is an English former professional footballer who played as a forward, most notable for Chelsea, Crystal Palace, and England. He was Chelsea's all-time top scorer for 47 years, with 202 goals in all competitions until Frank Lampard surpassed this total on 11th of May 2013. Wow. What a player he was, mate. I mean, the only player to up that was Frank Lampard in 2013. But Bobby Tambling scored 202 goals in 47 years. Wow, what a player he was for Chelsea. Wow. Scoring all those goals. Wow, that's brilliant. Brilliant, that is. I think Chelsea. I'm all right, mate. Welcome to the stream. As I say earlier, I think personally Chelsea will finish higher than Liverpool this season because Liverpool have got injury problems, and I think they're going to struggle. Liverpool, and I think Chelsea will finish third, maybe second even, but I think Chelsea will be strong contenders for like the future years to go on and win Premier League. I mean, if they keep their players fit, like this season and beyond, I think Chelsea are going to be strong contenders to win the Premier League like years to come. But yeah, to me, What do you mean you've been added to? Welcome to the stream, Mia. Do you know much about? Yeah, mate. So, like, yeah, Dom, I think Chelsea will have a good season this year. I think defensively, they're solid. Attackingly, they're unbelievable. And I think they're better than Man City at the minute by miles. They score loads of goals. So yeah, Dom, what do you predict like for Chelsea? Where do you think they'll finish this season, Dom? Chelsea. I personally think they'll finish higher than Liverpool this season and City, because I think City are not as good as they were past like last season or the year before. City aren't scoring enough goals. One thing about Newcastle, I think Newcastle had a rocky start. I mean, they've been inconsistent, but they've had some brilliant results against Everton, and yeah, obviously had a brilliant result against Everton, which was surprising. But I think Steve Bruce is doing a very good job at Newcastle last season. This season, I think Steve Bruce is doing a very good job. I think Steve Bruce is being so criticised from all the fans, which I don't think he deserves, because Mike Ashley isn't backing Steve Bruce, and he can only work with the players he's got. And I think Steve Bruce is doing very well with the players he's got. But Josh, what do you think about Almiron maybe going to where was Almiron linked to? I sent it to Dom on Instagram. Where was Almiron linked to? So Almiron, yeah. So what do you think about that, Josh? Anyone else on the stream? What do you think about Almiron moving to Atletico? Maybe. What do you think about that? I don't know about that move. I don't know whether it's the wrong move. Maybe if it goes, I don't. No, it hasn't gone through yet, mate. It's rumors, but rumors are not always, they don't not always true. But it's a rumor. Apparently, it says here, Campos has stated that Atletico Madrid are interested in signing the Paraguay midfielder, as he spoke to Atletico, but no offer was made. Campos also stated the 26-year-old could be leaving Newcastle United as soon as June 2021, as he looked to depart the Magpies this year, but stayed due to the ongoing pandemic. Campos always mentioned that other English clubs are also interested in Almiron's signature. So basically, a lot of clubs have been interested in Almiron. I think he's a good. Well, he's all right. I mean, Dom said he was. Yeah, I can't see it happening either. If we lost Miggy, we lost one of our top three players. Yeah, I agree, mate. I mean, for Newcastle, Miggy's been very good for Newcastle. Last season, he was very good for Newcastle. He just couldn't score goals, unfortunately. He was poor. He was poor he was poor finishing, but he was very good on the ball and getting past players. Very quick player, but his finishing was very poor last season. So was Joelinton's. That was Newcastle's problem last season. Can't see it happening now. I can't either. I don't know whether it'll be a right move for him, or I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, for Newcastle fans, I think it would be devastating for Newcastle fans. I mean, I think Almiron is a very creative player in that centre of Newcastle team. I think he creates goals, chances with Maximin. So yeah, that'll be a very big loss if he went to Atletico Madrid. Yeah, I do agree there, Dom. Yeah, I do agree. It should just stay at Newcastle. I mean, why go to Atletico Madrid for? I mean, yes, he might be playing in the Champions League for Atletico Madrid, but I don't think he'll fit in the Atletico Madrid team. I don't think he'll fit in. I just don't think he will. I don't think he'll suit playing for Atletico Madrid. I don't think it'll work out for him. Unfortunately, I think it's just better off him staying for Newcastle. But you never know. Yes, I do agree, Liam. He's a very hard-working player. I do agree with that. He gives it all week in, week out. I do agree with what you're saying. I love Almiron. I think he's very good on the ball. I think he's a very quick player, very fast. Gets past players very good. But he needs to work on his strength, because he gets knocked off the ball too easy. He needs to work on his strength, and he needs to score more goals, because his finishing's been very poor. But I cannot take anything away from his performances last year. Very good. Wow, mate, Thiago Silva. I said earlier, if you went in the stream, I said that Chelsea was the best Chelsea signing. 2020 was that they brought in Thiago Silva. I mean, he's so solid at the back. He's he makes it look easy. It makes he just makes the players around him look better. I think he's a very good player on and off the pitch. He's experienced. He can help the youngsters. He can help the players around him to improve. I think it's the perfect signing for Chelsea this year. I think that's why Chelsea will be favourites to win the Premier League if he stays another year, Thiago Silva, or the Champions League even. But yeah, Thiago Silva has, to me, been the best signing for Chelsea this year. I mean, Chelsea had their problems defensively last season. They were struggling to defend. They had the worst defensive record in the league. And to bring in Thiago Silva was the perfect signing to improve that. And also Ben Chilwell as well, another good defender they brought in from Leicester. So yes, they've got the perfect defence, perfect keeper, Mendy. So yes, they're all sorted. Chelsea now, they've got the perfect team. And I think Kepa, I don't think he'll play for another Chelsea game anymore. I think he'll leave in January transfer window. If you agree with me, not, I think Kepa, it's finished. I think it's finished. I think he's finished at Chelsea, and I think he'll probably go in the January transfer window. So yeah, there was other rumours. Go off topic here a bit. What do you think about Sergio Ramos maybe going to PSG? Do you think it'll be the right move, Ramos? Do you think it'll be good? Do you think he should leave Real Madrid to go to PSG, or do you think Ramos should stay at Real Madrid? Personally, I think Ramos should stay at Real Madrid. Why would you need to go for? I mean, yeah, I think Ramos, stay at Real Madrid. Don't leave to go to PSG. Why would he want to? Why does he need to move to PSG? I mean, yeah, definitely, mate. I do agree. One of the best Real Madrid, actually, Sergio Ramos has been one of the best players for Real Madrid last season, this season. So I don't think he will. I don't think he should leave Ramos. Very good player, very consistent for Real Madrid, and the best player last season and this season. Obviously, Real Madrid haven't been the same. They're not the same anymore. Real Madrid and Barcelona aren't the same either. I mean, Real Madrid have had a very poor season. So Barcelona, and I mean, Real Sociedad atop of La Liga. Very good team, Real Sociedad. I mean, David Silva's coming, obviously, quality, experience, very good player. He's a magician, and I think he's brought something different to Real Sociedad that they've never had before. So I think they'll win the league, Real Sociedad, this season if they keep David Silva fit. Yeah, he is a great player, man. Yes, he is a very good player, Ramos. He scored 300 goals from centre-back for Real Madrid over the past year. So very, very great legend, and great role model. A great penalty taker as well, actually, as well. He's a good goal scorer as well. Oh, did he? Oh my, did he actually? He missed 2 penalties. Jesus. Well, I never thought that. I mean, before then, he scored all of the penalties since last year. Wow, I never expected that. Him to miss 2 penalties. Yeah, for Spain. So Spain did the draw, or did they get beat? Was it a draw? Was it right? Am I correct? Was it like a 1-1 draw or something? God, I'm surprised about Sergio Ramos. He's usually clinical at penalties. David Silva, you can't what legend. There's no other way to describe him. Legend, magician. I loved watching him play. He's great on the ball. He makes it look easy on the ball. He reminds me, I think Phil Foden. I think he's going to be like a David Silva for City. I think Phil Foden will be like a David Silva in the future years to come. But David Silva, he's gone to Real Sociedad, and Real Sociedad are unbeaten. I mean, they are flying in the league, and I think that's all because of David Silva bringing in something different that Real Sociedad have never had before. He's got quality. He's so good on the ball. He's just like a magician, as I say. I mean, City have made a statue of him outside the Etihad because he's a legend. I mean, there's no other words to describe it. I mean, he's just a legend. I mean, Yeah. I think Phil Foden's. I think he'll do great things for England. I mean, England got a very good team now with very talented youngsters coming through the ranks. Yes, just my opinion, mate. I think Phil Foden. Yeah, I might be wrong. That he might be like a David Silva, but I've watched Phil Foden this season, and he just reminds me of David Silva. The way he moves off the ball and on the ball, just the way he makes runs. Just the way he passes the ball and the way he finds a player, it just reminds me of David Silva. Eric Dyer being very inconsistent the past couple of seasons. He's been very disappointing for England, for Spurs. I don't know how Eric Dyer has got on the England squad. I don't know how. He's been awful for Spurs. I know he's had injuries. I know he's had problems off the pitch. But when there's other players come through the ranks and Gareth Southgate puts Eric Dyer in the squad, there's better play. No disrespect to Eric Dyer, but there's better players. There's better players than Eric Dyer is, and Eric Dyer is awful. I mean, yes, maybe when he came to Tottenham Spurs, yes, he was a good player. That season, he was a very good player, but since then, he's been very inconsistent. He's just not the same anymore. He just lacks consistency. He's lacked in confidence as well. And I think when England got all these stars coming up from the ranks, and he puts Eric Dyer in the England squad, really, like when there's other players out there that deserve a chance, and he puts Eric Dyer in the England squad, I think it's a wrong call. How old's Eric Dyer? I mean, he hasn't even really been now around that long. He might have been, but I feel like he's only still in his late 20s, maybe 28 or something like that. But I don't think he's in his 30s, is he? Eric Dyer. How old? How old is Eric Dyer? 26. Eric Dyer is 26 years old. So he's still young yet. He's still young. He's only 26. Yes, I do. I agree with you 100%. England have got a better squad than I feel like England got one of the best teams in international. I think England got one of the best teams in the world. I think England have literally got brilliant talent, young talent coming in. They've just got world class players in that England squad. Young talent coming in, a lot of talent and players. And if we don't win a tournament soon, which we should be, because the team that England have got, we should be favourites for every tournament we go in. But it's England, isn't it? We just like it's England, isn't it? Like we get in a great position, England, and then we just cock up at the end. And that's what England have done in the past couple of years now. England have gotten good positions, had a great team, but they've just not played well. And I think the team that England have got now, they should be going for tournaments. No, I do agree. I do agree. And actually, if Gareth Southgate doesn't improve in the next couple of years, I think Eddie Howe should be the next England manager. Eddie Howe, to me, would be the perfect England manager to step in. Eddie Howe would be, by miles. I think Eddie Howe would be the perfect man just to step in for Gareth Southgate. You might not agree, which is fine, but I think Eddie Howe would be the perfect man to step in. So yeah, if Gareth Southgate doesn't improve, I think Eddie Howe would be the perfect manager to step in. That's me personally, what I think. Obviously, you might disagree, but that's fine. Yeah, everyone has their own comments and opinions, so I don't mind. Yeah, Eddie Howe would be the perfect man. Perfect manager. That's who his son need really is Eddie Howe, but he would never come to League One. Yes, definitely. I think Eddie Howe would top them altogether, top the pile. He would, Eddie Howe or Gary Monk, but then Gary Monk is not really consistent enough. He's a good new manager, but he needs more time. Yeah, until he's reached that stage, because he's just very consistent as a manager. So fortunately, he didn't do very well at Sheffield Wednesday, but they did get a lot of deducted points, unfortunately. So it wasn't his fault, but I think they made the right decision. I think Sheffield Wednesday, he just wasn't the right man to be in that club. It's a big club, Sheffield Wednesday, and who did Sheffield Wednesday bring in as a manager? I forgot now. Sheffield Wednesday. Yes, a very good. Yes, thanks, Storm. Very good manager. He's been there and done it. Obviously, went to Stoke, managed in the Premier League for Stoke, West Brom, Middlesbrough. So he's been in a lot of clubs. He's got experience. I think he would do well at Sheffield Wednesday. He can get teams promoted. So yes, a very good appointment from Sheffield Wednesday. That is a very good appointment, and see how he does for them. Hopefully, he does well. Very good manager. I wish we could have him, because Phil Parkinson's awful. He's worse than Gareth Southgate by miles. We should never have got him in. We should never got Parky in. I mean, he was way down the list. Oh, no worries, mate. Thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it, mate. I'll do another stream at 8:30. So if your phone's maybe got a bit of percentage, come in. But yes, thanks for coming on, and thank you for chatting on the stream. I really appreciate that. Nice to hear talking to you, mate, as well. What do you think about City's midfield at the moment? Honestly, feel like it's all over the place. Kevin De Bruyne isn't performing at his best this season. He's only scored one goal so far. He's not performing as well as the last season. But City aren't performing very well as a team. They're lacking goals. The defense is shaky. But since Ruben Dias has come in and Laporte, those two together partnering, are very, very solid at the back. Very good partnership at the back for City. But Kevin De Bruyne hasn't been on form at the minute for City. But to be fair, City haven't really been scoring enough goals in the Premier League. They've been lacking that creativity. And fortunately, I hope Kevin De Bruyne improves. But I don't think City are the same as what they were last season in the couple of years ago. I think they're not the same anymore. I think other teams. I think a lot of teams will beat City this season. I don't think City will. City can't score. City can't score many goals. I mean, City have only scored one goal in each of their Premier League games they've played so far, except for one against Wolves when they won 2-1. But since then, they've lacked goals. Maybe because obviously Grover's been out injured. So I don't know whether that is, but I don't know. City aren't just performing very well at the minute, which is not nice to see. But hopefully they get their performance back on track, and start to push up the table. Because I think City are 10th, aren't they, or something crazy, which is unbelievable. But so I'm going to be leaving the stream in a minute, and whoever wants to come on my live to discuss about Arsenal, just let me know on the comments. I'm going to be discussing about Inter Milan, because apparently Christian Eriksen might be going to Arsenal and Xhaka might be going to Inter Milan for a swap deal. And if you want to join my live and discuss that with me, then put comments on here. If you want to, then just let me know on here, and I'll let you come on to discuss it. But yeah, so and thank you everybody for the subscribe. Thank you everybody for subbing tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Thank you for the subs, everybody. Much appreciate that. Very much so. So yes, if you want to join my next live, which I'm doing the Arsenal one in a 2 minutes time, and if you want to discuss that with me, just comment below. If you want to, and let me know. And so any more comments before I go from this one? Any more before I go? Yeah, so we've discussed a lot tonight, so far tonight about Chelsea, and it's been very good. Yes, I'm going to go from this one. Thank you for all coming on for this one stream. Much appreciate it. So I'll be back with you 2 minutes time for the Arsenal one. So yes, thank you for everybody for subscribing and liking my video. Much appreciate that a lot. And I'll be back with you for the next one in a minute's time. Less than that. So I'm done with this one. I'll come back for the next stream. So yes, thank you all coming on for this one. Thank you everybody, and take care for now. And I'll see you in less than a minute's time. So come back for the Inter Milan have offered Christian Eriksen to Arsenal, and I'll be talking about that one after this. So thank you for coming on for this one. Thank you very much. Bye.